the specific example cited in that paper that I really like that I want to talk about for a moment is employment. And the stat that you have inside here, it's basically this idea of what do you do when you're retired. And I think for anyone that has older parents, one of the things that you observe is potentially them, one, not knowing what to do with themselves when for the first time in their lives they're not working and they don't have somewhere to go and exert themselves. And I think another thing you learn is how much of all of our identities, for better or worse, are entwined in what we do for the world. Like
Mhm.
we going, yes, employment pays us. It's also a way, it's part of our identity. It's part of how we're giving back to other people. One of the stats you have inside here is by 2024, workers age 55 and older will represent 25% of the nation's workforce, which is staggering. With the fastest annual growth rates among those age 65 and older, and one third of adults, claim they plan to work longer as a result of the pandemic. So just to repeat that, 25% of the workforce after 2024 is 55 plus. What are you seeing there, and what companies are being built that excite you?
I have to be honest, this is an underrepresented area. So if there are any founders listening to this, please reach out to me. We have some ideas of what needs to be built. But I think a couple of things are happening. One, I think it is actually really great that on the policy side and the advocacy side, there is a lot of academic and foundation work being done on intergenerational workforces
Hmm.
and really thinking about how to rebrand. Historically, for a lot of larger companies, there were age limits. You got pushed out when you were a certain age because they wanted to make room for the younger generation, and so there was this juxtaposition of it's them or me. Um, and that culture of I need Mr. Smith to retire so I can move up has created this tension that doesn't need to be there because Mr. Smith, by the way, can and should be maybe off ramped in a way that suits his desire for retirement and can be a great addition to continue the expertise and the know how. And by the way, the workforce that's now 55 to 65 is all, I wouldn't say digitally native, but they've all been in the workplace for the past 15 years, 20 years with technology. So it's no longer that they're dinosaurs, putting in air quotes. It's so that's no longer an issue. So I think that the startups, we're not seeing startups yet, to be honest, because a lot of this is around policy and HR approaches for how to retain and maximize an aging workforce. The things we have seen, and we're working on one as one of our incubations, is how you introduce older adults to the creator economy, the gig economy. And so it's not surprising that a disproportionate share of Airbnb hosts are 45 plus, because it's a really great gig job for someone of that age. And there are other gig jobs. And so, being a creator is actually a really good gig job. It can be for the right creators. So we're working on something that helps older adults become creators. But there's not a lot in this space yet. So I wish I had a rosier picture for you.